Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Taurus, December 11, 2022. You might restlessly seek more enjoyment or meaning early today, but you should watch for unrealistic expectations. The tendency is to shoot too high or chase things you don't truly want or need. Temporarily, relationship problems can magnify if expectations blow up. Keep in mind that others may not see you clearly, or they could misunderstand your actions or affections. Feel your desires and enjoy them, but be wary of those that are too sudden or overpowering to be true. Your interactions can be pleasantly spicy or intimacy boosting, with Venus moving into your solar 8th house for a stay until January 2nd. You can feel pleasantly passionate about a person or an idea in the weeks ahead. It's a fabulous time to get to know yourself better as you get in touch with your more profound needs and desires. Ultimately, relationships are likely to strengthen as you understand yourself better. With money and love, you're more strategic and observant than spontaneous. This period is one of the better ones for attracting the support you need or for special enjoyment of your intimate life, whether with others or in your relationship with yourself. It's time to relax, have fun, and step out of your comfort zone. As sweet Venus, our lesser benefic, smooches Jupiter, our greater benefic, blessings and pleasure will be a top priority. However, be sure to practice caution and moderation rather than burning the candle at both ends. To harness these vibes in the best possible way, plan a delightful dinner with your crush or partner at an exotic restaurant. Just don't imbibe in too much wine or spirits. Otherwise, you'll end up feeling buzzed and spinning. Be open, kind, and loving, and the universe will reward you. What is going to positively enhance your professional status and reputation? Do not be afraid to take a hard look at how your commitments and relationships impact your career path when Venus in Sagittarius squares Jupiter in Pisces. If you want to grow, expand, and explode in your professional arena, then you will need to ensure that you are committed to the right arrangements. If not, you may struggle a little more than necessary. So, when Venus enters Capricorn later today, take back your power by reinforcing your boundaries and expectations. As the moon makes its last visit to your income sector for the year, it finds itself in the wrong place at the right time today. A clash with Mercury, in his early days in your financial sector, comes just as he is being joined by Venus in order to put even more focus on money matters. Any financial tension this might create as the moon not only makes its last visit to your income sector for the year, but while Jupiter is still in your career sector. Whenever you run into a block in your energy or encounter what appears to be an exterior obstacle, take 10 deep breaths and repeat this mantra: I enjoy discovery. When you think about it in hindsight, the blocks we encounter are often full of potential and discovery. If you can learn to enjoy these moments of being stuck for the information they can ultimately give you, you will have a precious skill that will increase your well-being 1,000-fold. If you've been involved in a relationship that feels emotionally complicated, this is the day to consider what's best to do. The essence of this day encourages relationships that are nothing less than mutually beneficial. It can enhance your ability to see situations where you are perhaps being taken advantage of, as well. Such situations can be very difficult to separate from as much time is often invested. Yet, if it causes you harm in some way, continuing to invest your heart doesn't make sense. Give it some thought. Venus is swapping hats today, while in the process giving 2 areas of your life a boost. While Venus will take off her planet of love hat when she leaves your relationships sector today, after a full moon in Gemini and a clash between Mars there and the Sun in your relationship sector, it is with a better sense of what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. As Venus returns to your financial sector, she will don her planet of money hat, joining Mercury and Pluto to bring this financial year home. A day after the moon left Gemini, wrapping up the full moon 2 days ago, and as pressure on you and your relationships is dropping, Venus leaves your relationship sector. Venus was here as a full moon put a balance between your personal and relationship needs to the test, allowing the planet of love to leave you with a better sense of what you want from your relationships and what they need from you than just a few days ago. Our eyes in the sky. Relationship tension could form this morning as a square between Venus and Jupiter takes center stage in the cosmos. You might feel as though your partner has been more self-involved lately and your needs aren't being met. This aspect could also make it difficult to find inspiration on a personal level, and the temptation to sleep in will be real. Try to watch your triggers right now, and avoid being reactive if you're faced with internal or external conflict. Full of energy and courage, you need not ask for better conditions to achieve your ambitions. Proceed with caution as you easily get sidetracked by intricate details that appear to be interesting and distract you. Approach things in a level-headed and sensible way and avoid taking too long to reach a successful outcome by concentrating on important tasks. Making plans for the future, you adopt a position that increases the strengthening of family ties. Your relations happily accept this and support you firmly in your plans. The consolidation of personal relationships continues in your love life. You get close to a certain someone, and long-lasting bond results from the well-meaning advances you make. Plans you try to implement require you to focus attention. More than ever, it's important to accept that you cannot change certain things and you don't allow your disappointment to stand in your way. Instead, concentrate on things which lie ahead. With the correct amount of patience and persistence, even if it takes longer, you reach your goal. As we head into the afternoon, the energy begins to lighten significantly, and an opposition between the Moon and Mercury gives us the opportunity to communicate and sort out our feelings. With its emotional ups and downs, this day could feel like a roller coaster, but any issues that arise during the day should resolve by nightfall. You'll likely feel exhausted by day's end due to the lunar tension, so head to bed early and get some much-needed rest. Finally, Venus enters Capricorn tonight, making us work hard for love and money. Roll up your sleeves and dig in. In the morning, Venus in Sagittarius squares off with Jupiter in Pisces, causing us to throw caution to the wind. Avoid putting yourself in harm's way via undue optimism. In our good mood, we might think, what's the worst that can happen? And most of the time, the worst does not in fact come to pass. We may simply get stuck negotiating a few uncomfortable or cringy interactions. Yet, if the stars misalign, we risk doing damage to our relationships through a lack of self-restraint or empathy. We don't have the best awareness of our limits, and our idealism can place us in vulnerable positions. By exercising moderation, we should be able to handle this influence just fine. Doubts appear to have dissipated, and you're busy moving forward. Use this newfound energy to start new projects and make important decisions. Since everything is taking care of itself, you feel totally at ease with what you're doing and able to be effective and enjoy success. Don't get involved in too many projects. Otherwise, you risk becoming exhausted. Mostly because of your open and friendly conduct, people provide you with positive feedback that you're likely to find extremely helpful. They notice how instinctively you provide them with the support and encouragement they need and naturally return the help received, so an atmosphere of mutual support develops, which is beneficial for everybody. Following this, the Cancer moon opposes Mercury in Capricorn, clouding our judgment. We believe we are approaching a problem rationally, yet our perspective is biased and our emotions are erratic. Positions that we vigorously defend one minute may be swapped out the next, with no explanation. The way we vacillate in our logic will be frustrating to our conversational partners, and we may not even realize we are doing this dance. Instead of wasting time trying to convince another to adopt your position, put your energy into managing work or routines.